Merry Christmas.
And to you.
You ready? Should we start again then?
Ready when you are.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So, you've picked up, 7 points from the last 15? How much more do you need to put your foot on the gas, do you think, as a team over these next busy period? Or are you doing okay? How do you view this recent spell and how you are, where you are?
Definitely foot on the gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had some very honest conversations in the last days, and we have decided to be in also tomorrow on Christmas Day, full dedication to those 4 games that are coming up.
I like the attitude of the foot on the gas because it's definitely got through to the players. Whenever I speak to the players after Saturday, they're annoyed they haven't won, and I guess that's a culture you want, a team that is not happy when they're not winning.
Yes, we've talked about this aspect after the Millwall game, and I think it's important to give a clear direction of what we are going for, and the direction is that we go for 3 points every single game, and you could see that. I think it's not so usual that you bring your goalkeeper up towards the end of a game when we're not even halfway through the season, but it just shows that we want to win, that we play for 3 points. And yes, again, full dedication for the 4 games coming up.
It's interesting for me because you're in your first job as a senior manager, and you're 2 months into it nearly, and yet, so the temptation might be to take all the points you can get. A point, keep a point. You know, managers lose games, they're under pressure. Managers draw games, it's not so bad. Are you then quite happy to risk a point to get 3?
Yes.
That's what we're saying.
Yes.
Because that's how you want to play, or because that's what the situation demands in the table?
Well, obviously, I think you can always judge then on the outcome. Obviously, I got stick after Millwall, and that's also fine that we concede 90 plus 7. I think that might happen, but I said I prefer to drop points there and then get 3 points against Birmingham rather than drawing 2 games in a row, because that's different then. And it's a mindset. It's a mindset that we play to win football games, and I just think that this is very important for what's coming up throughout the season. And again, we are still far away from where we want to be. And yeah, I think you can see that in the games. You could see that against Coventry. And that's why we were disappointed to not get away with 3 points, because we played to win.
There is always a temptation to go after the January transfer window. A lot of clubs don't like it because you get your price hiked because everyone thinks you're desperate. But given that mentality to attack everything, do you need to attack the window to get you where you want to be, do you think? Do you need to be aggressive in the window as a club, or not, or selective?
Aggressive, I don't know. I think it's a constant process, and that doesn't start in December and finish in January. It just goes throughout the whole season if there's opportunities to do something. I think that the whole recruitment department is doing an excellent job to have options available on the table, and then we just need to see if that is something that we think is going to help us, because it's not about filling gaps. So if we want to do something, we need to make sure that this is actually beneficial to the team.
Yeah, and you have a big squad, so you still probably need to lose more than gain more. But I do wonder if you would like more punch and choice off the bench to give you the opportunity to turn some games around. Actually, more options off the bench, attacking-wise.
That depends. I think that we have some excellent quality in the squad, and that we have some very good options also on the bench. Again, there might be 1 or 2 profiles that we want to look at, but it's always an individual decision, and there needs to be so much right about a player to bring him in, because it changes the dynamics of a group, and it changes the dynamics of a game that we play. And if we decide to bring somebody in, it needs to be spot on.
So far, you've shown us your tactical ability with the way the players have translated their training groundwork into matches. And it's been really impressive. When they've been good, they've been really good. How wedded are you? How stuck are you on your 3 at the back? We don't know much about your views of formations. You know, could you have gone 4 at the back at Norwich, for example, to change things? Could you do that in games? Are you willing to, or are you like a lot of modern coaches who want to have that way of playing, and that's how we play? What's the Eckert philosophy on it?
Yeah. I do understand the question. I think what we need to have a look at, independent of numbers, is to have a certain physicality on the pitch. And you see in some situations that we do need that, especially in this league. And then if you look at the games, for me it has not always been a back three. So if you look at Norwich and see the way we press out of a back four. If you look against Millwall, especially in the first half, we press out of a back four. And then it's numbers. If you look at Tom, for example, on that position, obviously he enjoys one side maybe a little bit more than the other side of the game. What I think that we do need is just a structure that we can fall back into in moments of difficulty within a game. And then I am a big believer that it helps you to have some bodies between the sticks to defend where goals are actually being scored. And then in terms of numbers, if it's a back three, if it's a back four, you move one player slightly further up. There have been games when Taylor has played on the side a little bit more. If you want to call it a back three or back four, I'll leave that up to you. For me, it's numbers, and I understand where that question is coming from, but it doesn't convert to a football idea for me.
I understand. The philosophy isn't about the formation; it's about where people are on the pitch. Yeah. It's good to learn. Thank you. Always learning. How do you prepare for a team who sat their manager 72 hours before a game, even less? How do you know what to expect, or does this make this trip to Oxford harder than it might have already been?
In the end, I think the idea of a football team starts with the players, and that's the same for us. We start with the players first, and then we try to bring them into situations where they feel comfortable. And maybe that's the same thing we need to do with Oxford when we prepare for them, to do a little less structure now, and start a little bit more with the players that they will potentially have on the pitch. On the other side, it's not the first time that he took over as an interim, so there are some references in the last years and what he's done. And we will be very prepared for the way, if they continue how they've played in the last 3 or 4 games, we will be prepared for what the interim manager has done in the last spells that he took over, and then we know how the players look like, and they'll be ready to go.
As you've been going back up the table, you've not always been favourites in games. Even against Coventry, you could argue they're league leaders and you're chasing them. You go to Oxford as favourites, it's a different mentality maybe. The expectation of a result is probably higher than in some of your previous games. Is that fair?
Yes, it should be that way. I mean, we are Southampton. We have said very clearly that we want to play for promotion, so hopefully there's many more games coming up where we go into as favourite.
4 of the next 5 games are away from home. It's a big difficult spell coming up for the team. Is that fair? Does it not matter where you play, home or away?
Oh, it matters. Yes, it matters. If it's fair or not fair, I don't know. I don't know if that's for me to answer. That's the schedule in the end. Obviously, it's a big blocker playing 4 to 5 games away, especially with 4 games in 10 days. It's going to be a challenge, and we need every bit of energy that we can potentially find within the team and within the building. And again, the group is dedicated to spend that Christmas period fully focused on the football club, and then we try to get as many points as we can.
Just finally, in this exclusive chat we're having this morning, I haven't asked you about injuries, so is there any daylight for any of the players who've been injured, or is there any more problems for you? How are we looking with the squad compared to, say, last weekend?
Good news is that Ross trained for the first time yesterday. Obviously, it's a light session for him, so he dropped out of the first part. It will still take a little bit of time for him then to be involved in games, but it's good to see him back on the football pitch. And then Shay has another scan today to see where he's at, and then hopefully we get some good news back and see that we can slowly integrate him back into the team.
Any progress on your right-sided players in either of the 2 Danes, or how's Tom Fellows been this week, for example, coming off the substitution performance?
Yeah, Tom is looking good. The thing with him is that he always goes all in every training session and in every game. If I look at the numbers from yesterday's training session, you see that most of the players are here and Tom is up there. So we need to see that we manage him also throughout the week, but that's his quality also, that he has energy and he goes on every moment in a transition. Elias has trained now for a couple of days, so also for him we see that we slowly get him back into the team, and for Mats it will take a little bit longer still.
Tom's like my black Labrador puppy. You have to teach him to pace himself.
Yeah, it's and that's a positive. You know
Yeah,
how it is with
enthusiasm.
enthusiasm, and we don't want to take anything of that away from him. At the same time, we need to see that we manage him with the amount of games coming up. But I'm sure that he'll be fine.
Well, I hope you have as good a Christmas as you can, given that you're working all over it, and we'll see you Boxing Day. Thank you.
Thank you, and you.